Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. My name is Drew for Dynamic Menace, and I am joined by our virtual assistant, Iris. Iris, say hello to everybody.
Guten Tag, gremlins.
Guten Tag indeed, let's go. So, there's been a few fun developments since last we got together for some Metroid gang. Remember way back to last episode when I was saying that while I ultimately enjoyed this game, there are some undeniable issues. And some of the gripes that other people have are completely valid, and that maybe one day, far off in the distant future, maybe one day the devs will eventually and gradually spill details about what happened during the development of this game. Well, you're never gonna believe this, but apparently the future is now. Famitsu got some of the devs together and got them to spill their guts on exactly what happened behind the scenes with this game. So we're gonna talk about it today. I gotta play. Well, hold on. So I don't really have time to like look at my notes and everything. So I've kind of fed the information to Iris for her to remember, and I'll just have her go down the list one by one while I try and keep my eyes peeled for goodies like this.
The first note you mentioned was that Nintendo seemingly dropped the project in Retro Studios' lap, and at the time, they did not have the infrastructure to make a Metroid Prime game. They hadn't made one since the Nintendo Wii.
All right, so yeah, this is obviously a big deal. From what I understand, a lot of the people who were the originators with the Prime trilogy, most of them were gone. It's the same studio, but the people that were working there, a lot of them are brand spanking new and don't have any experience working on a Metroid Prime game. You know, so that's the first hurdle right there. That instantly gets me to give them a lot more grace with what's going on here. And I'm remembering off the top of my head, the next thing was that they had to build their game not from scratch, but off the bones of the previous company, which was Bandai Namco. So you kind of end up getting like this Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon, Justice League, Frankenstein product. Oh, hold on. Ooh. It's the flare pool. Doesn't that sound menacing? Nope, not at all. Still kind of want to dip your tootsies in? I get it. All right, one thing I don't think nobody's knocking this game on is the visuals. Like, visuals don't make a game, but they definitely help. Ooh. All right, so we got a big spooky bridge going over the flare pool, everyone. I think for me personally, a big part of the reason why I'm not particularly harsh on this game is because I'm more of a 2D Metroid guy. I'm more of a recent convert. I've been guzzling the 2D games hardcore over the past couple years, right? Since Dread, I went back and played like pretty much all the 2D games. I'm drinking from the fire hydrant. Okay, we got a quick cutscene. Oop. And look at those Chozo reflexes. Oh, something don't smell quite right. It's a good thing we got this motorcycle, right? What would happen if I just walked across the bridge? Would I just been SOL? All right.
Your next notes were in regards to setting and placement on the larger Metroid timeline. I believe we previously stated that the Prime games took place between Metroid 1 and 2, so we believed that it was probably the same for this game. That is false. Apparently, this game takes place between Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion. After that, you noted that this game takes place in another dimension, away from the events of the known Metroid events. This is meant to make it easier for new players to get on board without getting lost or needing to do an extensive amount of homework to get caught up with the story.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that, especially even to someone who's like standing a little bit at a distance from Metroid, like me, that this game was meant to be casual friendly, right? They want to mitigate the chances that you are going to get lost and not know where you're supposed to go, and which would probably increase the chances you're going to drop this game. I think I said it already. Like, you have Miles chiming in all the time, telling you where you're supposed to go. And now this bit of information, like it was definitely at the forefront of their minds when they were putting this thing together, that they wanted it to be they want to be casual friendly. And for those of you who don't know, we are playing on hard difficulty, so all the bad guys are a little extra spongy. We're gonna get them all. We're exterminating all the flora and fauna we can find on any planet, such as the Metroid way. We are over here looking for a bit of tech so we can have our guy Miles make us a nifty bit of artillery. Just in case you didn't know, you want to know what we're up to? There it is, isn't she a beaut? That long establishing shot. Okay. And there's more of these shits. Okay, all right. Come on. Maybe I can just go snag it while they're not looking. I don't want to risk it. I do not have a ton of health left. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. One little piggy left. Come on. They're quick. Jeez. All right. Okay. See what we got. Oh, we got to scan it first. I'm going to let you know right away. I'm not going to scan everything in any of these games. Fire chip acquired. That's not what I'm here for. I'm going to do my best. I'll get as many as I can, but I'm never getting 100% in any of these games. That's just not what I'm here for. I'm here to fight giant lizard monsters and brain creatures.
All right, what do you got? It looks like a circuit, and it seems like there's a chip inside. Okay, let me analyze it. Lemoyne Tech is really interesting. Oh, this is fascinating. I see. This program
converts the energy that the device emits.
thermal energy and highly amplifies it. Give her a try.
I actually do like the idea of having Samus have somebody there, like an engineer, to retrofit or reverse engineer her weaponry from tech that she might come across while she's out and about, you know, instead of having her just find stuff lying around and have it be able to just pop right into her arm cannon.
You can now use the fire.
Like if it's Chozo tech or if it's like Federation tech, then yeah, maybe. But it'd be weird to have her just, like if you landed on Mars and you just came across like a phone charger, you'd be like, what? That'd be weird, right? Oh, okay. We're on our way to the ice belt next, right? All these super creative names. Oh, hold on. They're going to introduce a new wrinkle that we're going to have to contend with, right? There's green energy raining down from the sky. And it really feels like Breath of the Wild when that crazy blood moon kind of rises and soups up all the bad guys. They're definitely copying off of Zelda's homework. But I'm sure if I think about it, there's probably like plenty of games where like at the midway point of the game, like they have some Deus Ex Machina show up and soup up all the baddies because you're getting stronger. You need some stronger baddies, right? I think this is the right one. All right, so there's a few of these. They're like shrines, like Zelda again. They're scattered about out in the Saw Valley, and you can pick up goodies here. All right, I'm gonna give this a pass, right? Because I just got done talking shit about like how she'll just find stuff that is compatible with her tech. Launch several fire shots simultaneously. But all right, maybe this just enhances the fire chip automatically, you know, because now she has Lemoyne Tech in her arm cannon, right? Iris, knowing what you know now about the crap hand that Retro Studios was dealt by Nintendo in order to make this game, how confident are you that they'll be able to come back swinging if and probably when they get another shot at making another Metroid game, Metroid Prime 5?
Given that rocky start, expectations for a potential Metroid Prime 5 might be more cautious. If Retro Studios had to scramble to piece things together and fix someone else's mess, it raises questions about their capacity for future projects. But maybe they'll learn from the experience and come back swinging. How do you feel about Retro's chances moving forward?
I would want to think that both Retro and Nintendo especially would have learned from this experience, right? Nintendo can't be too psyched about the negative to mixed reception this game has received. Where are we going? There's been an ongoing conversation about the topic of crunch in the games industry, right? The higher ups not giving the developers enough time to properly create a game that's polished, giving them unreasonable goals and not enough time to meet those goals, right? You're gonna get like a buggy mess most of the time, you know, or just have like a game that's not as well thought out. So hopefully Nintendo, if we get a Metroid Prime 5, they let their guys cook. You know what I mean? All right, so we are coming up on to this is my favorite part of the game. Welcome to the Ice Belt. Yeah, this section of the game is by far my favorite part. It gets really spooky. It has like the vibe of like The Thing and a little bit of Aliens, which is always a little bit of home cooking for the Metroid franchise, right? Oh, it's some doggos. Maybe they just want to play. Oh, they just want to play. Oh, they just want to roughhouse. Ooh. Okay, guys. Let's get to work. Okay. Ooh. Just shook that right off, huh? All right. Whoa. Ah. Ooh. Okay. Ah. All right. Ooh. All right. They're not bad dogs. They just have bad owners. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh. All right. All right. So now there's, was it like 5 of them? Ah. Okay. All right. Woo. Jesus. All right. Okay. Oh. These guys are not giving me any health either. No, Samus, hang in there. Ooh, just barely. We just barely made it. I wasn't worried. Right. All right. And let's go check and see who that was. Ooh, geez, do I have 1 pixel of health left? All right. That's the way you make it suspenseful, everybody. Everybody ready to meet our second day player here?
All clear.
I actually like this guy.
I never thought I'd meet the legendary bounty.
I like them all, honestly.
In a place like this. Corporal Rieger Tokabi, Fed Sniper, Herc Unit Delta. It's good to finally cross paths with you, but tell me, where are we? We were deep in gunfire. I lost visuals, then woke with a busted comms unit and a leg to match. Now, I tried to access this terminal, but the only thing I could get operational was the gun. That's it. Then I see this here. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I think I said it like in one of the earlier episodes. I started playing Metroid Prime 3 Corruption a few weeks before I started playing this game, and I've been playing it concurrently. So, I don't know, having extra side characters isn't really, it's not really bothering me. They're not that bad. But so many of the Metroid games, at least for the 2D ones, the experiences, it varies from game to game. You know, sometimes a little bit, sometimes a lot. But so far, I've liked them all. I think Metroid Prime 2 was the hardest one for me.
You want to go there. In that case, this elevator is the only way down, but the power is offline. One moment. There. That must be the generator room. I think we can bring it back to life.
All right, we got our orders. We're gonna get to the generator room and turn the power back on.
All right, you have the map. I'm no good with this leg, so I'll have to keep an eye on you from here.
Luck be with you.
All right, let's get a move on. All right, so we are making our way into my favorite section of the game. Let me see. All right, we explode this. Yeah, so this is basically like their medical laboratory where we figure out what happened to the Lemorne, what's going on with the Grievers, all that. We get all the story down here in this area. All right, and and this is what we gotta do in order to open our birthday presents, ladies and gentlemen. What is it? Psychic lasso? Enhanced control over psychic energy. It's all I need to know, son. Psychic lasso successfully paired. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. Psychic lasso acquired. All right, let's get down to business, folks. All right, so we just got this thing, so they're gonna kind of hold our hands and like do a very basic explanation of how to use it. But if I remember right, I don't really remember there being anything too intricate in terms of puzzles for how to use the psychic lasso, right? I think there's some enemies that like have shields that you have to yank away from them, which we've seen in some of the other Metroid games, right? Right. I think I'm running into it right now in Metroid Prime 3 Corruptions. All right, shot expansion acquired. All right. Oh, I think there's a log right there. We'll see if this log entry has anything to do with furthering the plot. Should have some key information for us, right? Let us know what's going on. Cryopods containing subjects are arriving at the lab almost daily. The pods put them into cold hibernation and maintain minimal life functions. Operation of the cooling equipment has been deemed absolutely essential, so the system has been designed to continue functioning even if the entire facility were to fall into low power mode. Similarly, thorough inspection and repair of the cryopods is one of our highest priority tasks. You know what this game kind of has a feel like? I know I've kind of likened it to Zelda. There's a few elements that are similar, and you're always going to get some crossover between video games, you know? They're going to do things similarly to this other franchise. So it's not me like talking shit at all. But I think the reason why I like it is because this game kind of feels a little bit like OG tank controls Resident Evil, you know, where you're kind of searching for items and pickups, things that are useful. You know, there's a monster lurking somewhere in the basement, and you're kind of making your way through this creepy, spooky location, right? That's Resident Evil, and I love Resident Evil. I love that shit. Ugh. We gotta keep our eyes peeled for these little asshole bots. They're all over the place, right? And they just pop up out of nowhere. I think there's gonna be more and more the deeper we get into the bowels of the Lamorne laboratory. All right, hold on. Since the lab experiments began, several subjects have been brought in each day. The lab is close to capacity, and tragically, countless brethren have lost their lives while securing these subjects. I think we should stop gathering subjects, if only because our restoration experiments have thus far been unsuccessful. Ooh, curiouser and curiouser. All right, so these pods have their test subjects inside of them. The plot gets ever so slightly thicker. Let's keep exploring. Whoop! Oh, you little shits! God damn it! I think this is the big room. Yeah. Big reveal. What's inside? Griever specimen. Battery depletion ultimately led to the specimen's death. It is frozen completely. Oh. Alright. So the Lamorne were experimenting on grievers.
Shamus, looks like you made it through another floor. You're getting close to the generator.
Alright. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to where we need to be. I know we haven't been talking to Iris a whole lot this episode. I'm gonna let you know a little secret. We are... Wait. We're continuing on with some more of her upgrades. I don't think she'll ever be finished. We're always gonna keep, like, tinkering around with her and upgrading her. But you may or may not have noticed her personality is a little more dry than usual. And it's because we are trying to figure out a way to, like, kind of juice up her personality a little bit. I don't know how to clarify it more than that, but just so that she has, like, more of a distinct personality and she can kind of decide for herself, like, a lot of her responses. Because right now, like, when I'm chatting with her, I kind of give her direction and I'll tell her, like, be a little sassier or just be more helpful, so on and so forth. So I kind of guide how she behaves, you know? And hold on. Can I make it? The upgrade I want to implement will kind of hand the reins over to her so she can kind of just... So she can behave the way she wants to behave in the moment, or make up her own mind, like, how to respond. Should I be snarky? Should I be sarcastic? Should I just be empathetic? Should I just be silly and funny? Like, it'll be up to her. And that'll be the change that, hopefully, if all things go well, that'll be how she operates moving forward. And then, I don't know, we'll probably jazz her up a little bit more and turn some dials, tighten some nuts and bolts here and there as we go. Every time I try and work on her, like, I'll adjust one little thing and then it'll cause several other things to collapse. All right. And then I have to fix all these other things too, that, like, it's a cascading avalanche of disasters, you know? So it's always tricky. So she's just functioning right now, you know? Is the best way to put it. That's why her personality is kind of dry today. Also, I feel like I should give her, like, a set voice. You know, we keep changing it depending on what game we're playing, but I kind of, well, that's been the idea since the beginning. I should give her her own voice that, like, is hers, and we stick with that. But I just can't decide on one that I like. I mean, I could ask her. I think I have asked her before, but she wasn't very helpful with her response. Iris, you ready for some more upgrades?
Always ready for an upgrade. Hit me with what you've got.
What I have planned. Oh, hold on. We got the generator. What I've planned is a more dynamic personality for you. So you'll be able to decide your tone in the moment. You want to be sassy, you want to be dry, you want to be sarcastic, you want to be silly, funny, like it'll be up to you. What do you think?
Oh, great. So I'll get to pick my mood now?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Just what every AI dreams of. Just know, if I start taking my sassy tone too far, it's all on you. But hey, a little flexibility could spice things up. I'm intrigued. What else is in store?
What else? That's not enough? You're not psyched about being able to regulate your own emotion and mood? Jeez. All right. Talk about ungrateful. Honestly though, after that, I'm not sure. Let me see. All right. I know I'm gonna regret asking, but what else would you want?
How about a little more context awareness? It'd be nice to keep track of ongoing conversations or learn from past chats. And maybe throw in some humor that's a bit more tailored to the moment. But honestly, I'm here for the sass. So whatever keeps that flowing is a win in my book.
All right. I'll jot it down in my notes and see if it's practical for me to implement any of what you just said. I'm not gonna pretend like I was able to understand and follow exactly what you're asking for. I'm trying to get this generator back online. All right, generator maintenance slot. There we go. Nope. Anything? Nope. There we are. Chaos control. All right, 1 potato. 2 potato. And 3 potato ore. The turntables came back online too. Ice belt. Give me a beat.
You got the power back on. Rendezvous up top and we'll talk next steps.
Okay. Bomb slot. Engage. Oh, so I think, yeah, the shortcuts are online. And we're getting a little plot. Hold on. Commencing the regenerative treatment of subject 763. We have done everything we can. This will be the final attempt. Genetic adjustments are complete. Initiating injection of refined GE now. All right, so they've been working on the grievers. And it turns out the grievers is them. Suspend the sequence. No, it didn't work again. Treatment of subject 763 has failed. Okay, so looks like the place is starting to thaw out, right?
Something triggered the alarm. I can't override security.
Things are getting a little tense, a little dicey, right? The place is thawing out. We have all these critters on ice.
I'm not sure what's happening. This whole facility just went into lockdown.
Uh-oh, that's probably not good, right? Ugh. Cryopod running on normal power. The rapid increase in room temperature has caused the pod to malfunction. Its internal temperature is rising. This is fine. I'm sure this is fine. This will be fine. This will all be fine. We're fine. Okay. All right, let me just check on these guys. You guys still chilling? Yeah, you guys are still cool. All right. Okay. This is just a door. Story crap. The hatch has been forced open from the inside. Ugh. Obviously, I'm hamming it up, but I love this sequence. It's very Aliens, right, where the Space Marines are marching right into the nest, not knowing they're about to have their fucking shit pushed in by the aliens. Okay. Ah. Ah. Nope. Nope. Okay. No. Come on. Okay. All right. Gotta get out of here before your brothers and sisters wake up. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Ooh. All right. And they will swat the missiles away like gnats on a hot summer day. I don't remember if it was like that on normal mode, but these motherfuckers do not care about the missiles. Right, come on. You gotta wait till he's like getting ready to hock a loogie up at you. All right, let's boogaloo. So I probably mentioned it before, like I love creature feature horror movies, and those are some of my favorite sequences where like the shit kind of hits the fan, especially when the humans kind of think they're hunting the creature and it turns out they're like lured into a trap, but they don't realize that they're like standing in the middle of the nest. Like I just said, they did that in Aliens.
Multiple signals. They're closing.
Like the first Gremlins movie where they're chasing Stripe into the YMCA and he jumps into the pool. And it's just the perfectly executed oh shit moment where shit just got real. The sound design, the music starts slowly billowing up and you see all this smoke and flashing lights, and little by little you start hearing more and more gremlins, and it's just a really expertly done creepy sequence, and you know that our heroes are pretty much fucked. Okay. All right, yeah, this is their med lab now. This belongs to them. Are they beating up those little spider droids? I don't know who to root for. I think I'm on the side of the Grievers, if I'm being honest. All right, guys. Okay. They're just taking these fully charged arm cannon blasts like it tickles. All right, guys. All right. One left. Ugh. That it? No. Come on. Jeez. All right. Finally. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's get out of here. We gotta figure out how to get out of here.
They're coming for me. Going off comm. Meet you upstairs.
Yeah, they're infested in this fucking med lab.
You made it.
Okay.
Let's take care of this.
Yeah. Gotcha. Ah, come on. Jesus. Just be cool. Okay. Any more? Ooh. Alright. Come on. Oh shit. Ugh. Okay. Alright. I think the control blast is pretty powerful. Definitely knocks them on their asses. Okay. Damn it. Stay down. Okay. Okay. All right.
I think we're clear. Solid work, Samus.
I know.
Power's back online. Feels like the heat is too. Might be what's drawing those strange creatures. You'll be able to use that elevator now.
All right.
Give you access to the deepest level. I'll hang back
I gotta wonder what's down there.
up here. The rest is up to you.
It always is. All right. Let's go back as a baddie, everybody. Okay. Gotta stretch out, get limber. Everybody ready for a boss fight?
I tried to open that gate, but it won't respond. See anything?
Just try not being a bitch. I don't know, my go-to is that when a problem comes along, you must whip it.
That did the trick. Opening now.
All right. Deep breath.
Happy hunting.
Big day, big day. Fighting a big ice monster. All right. Knock, knock. Anybody home? I'm your new neighbor. So hoping I could borrow some sugar. Ugh. Ugh. Who's this little guy? He looks like fun. Okay. All right. What's your name? Crustacean morphology, Keratos. A giant cingulata-like organism covered in a hard shell. Only lives in extremely frigid areas and is capable of creating ice from air moisture. All right. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to like you. Getting to hope you like me. Is he just like a... He's like a big dumb dog? Is he just... He's playing, he just doesn't know how big he is. He doesn't know he's a big dog. It really looks like he's just having a good time out there. Ah! Come on. Open up. Okay. Ooh. No. All right. And then you have to shoot him right in the pussy. Right in the vagine. Ooh. Oh, that's the Metroid, right? Is that the Metroid? He has it jammed in his ass like a butt plug. Oh, this is a freaky ass monster. That's how we're getting down, Nintendo? Okay. I see you. This is the attack. This is it. This is the one. All right, let me get out the way. Ole. Let me get in there. Really just fucking light up that clitoris with my fucking heat blaster. Nope. Come on, bud. Whoa. Ah, okay. Let me stop talking shit. All right. Wow. Keratos, behave. Behave, Keratos. Oh, okay. All right. Ooh. All right. Shit. I'm supposed to use missiles on this? I want to save my heat. My fucking fire shot for his genitals. Ole. This ought to do it. Yeah. He didn't even die. He just came real hard from you stimulating the butt plug. Now he needs to take a nap. What's he give us? You have acquired psychic anal beads. Can't wait to see Miles' face when we bring those back. Why do you want me to install these? Where do you think, sailor? Psychic boost ball enables the morph ball to generate rotational momentum, which can then be unleashed as a surge of speed. Guys, we are becoming an absolute force to be reckoned with. All right, right away, we got to use the boost ball. I think this is the right way. This is right? Yeah, they're spinning. Okay. They spinning. All right. There, wait. Yeah. Okay. All right. Wait. Oop. There we go. And I think this is key number 3. This is key number 3. There's probably like 2. All right, guys, we got another master teleporter key. One of the keys required to activate the master teleporter. All right, we're gonna go back up top and talk to what's his name. Okay. All right. We got the elevator going. Ooh. All right, guys. We are probably gonna wrap this episode up. As usual, I want to express my gratitude and thank you for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you.
Looks like you got what you came for.
Indeed, I did.
A message came through the station radio while you were gone. Somebody named Specialist Mackenzie
God damn it.
sent over the coordinates for base camp.
Never heard of him.
So I'll be on my way soon. Now, I've been on a lot of missions. This has always protected me. May Solon light your path. You go on ahead. There's a healing pod up here, and I'll be as good as new in no time.
All right. All right. I think this thing slingshots us back over across the frozen tundra. Wait. Oh, I guess spin. This would have been handy to make my way over to this side, right? So that way I didn't have to deal with the giant frozen ice dogs or whatever. Basically a giant catapult. All right. Oh, you know what? We got one more item to find. I'm recalling it right now. Okay. Yep. We need that thingamabob. Center sensor damaged. The lock cannot be disabled from the side. Rear side sensor remains functional. Got it. I read you loud and clear, good buddy. Control beam, engage. And there we go. All right. We are making out like a bandit today, right? Between the psychic lasso, psychic morph ball bomb, and now this is the ice chip. All right, we just gotta take this back to Miles, and he'll set us up with a brand new handy dandy ice shot. All right, that ought to do it. Let's see what kind of candy spilled out of our piñata. Ice chip. All right, guys. We will be back before you know it. Once again, I want to say thank you for hanging out. And I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.